Well, I remember the first time I gave myself my own tattoo, actually. Um, I set up everything out, got my needles, my ink, and I had all my friends sitting around me just staring at me, and that kind of put a pressure on me, like, like I had the spotlight on me. So as I first like touched myself with the needle drawing, I didn't realize how my nerves would jump and I would still have to draw at the same time. So once that first mark was on me, I clicked in my head. I was like, okay, like you're all in now. Like there's no going back. It's already there. So I had to like just forget about the pain and actually just focus on like making it perfect as possible. I had a friend of mine call me up and he was asking me to color a tattoo and he had previously done for him by somebody else. So I assumed that he already knew how the process went. So I started giving him the tattoo, and as soon as I touched him, he just started like jumping and screaming like he was a girl or something. Like, I don't know. Um, I did it for about 10 minutes, and he asked me to stop like halfway through, and I kept asking him if he was sure, but he just wanted to stop. He couldn't do it anymore. Just one tattoo I saw, it was like a gigantic shark on somebody's back, and I couldn't really see what it was from the far away, but when I got closer, it just like, this is weird. I don't know how to explain it. It's like a shark, say from the bottom of your back to the very top with his mouth open, going across. Like, what in your mind would make you want to get a shark on your back? Like, what does that represent to you? That's the weirdness of tattoos to me. Like, what is the meaning of it? Not like the actual piece. Like, what does it mean to you? Like, why do you want everybody to see this? The tattoo on my arm, it says pain doesn't last forever. It just reminded me of a time in my life when I had kidney stones for like 2 years back to back. And anybody who knows about kidney stones, it feels like somebody's like stabbing you in the back. And I probably passed about 2 or 3. And once I finally had the procedures done to get rid of them for good, hopefully I just gave myself this tattoo just to remind me of that point in my life. Some people can take it, some people can't. I've seen some people jump out of chairs. I've seen some people sit there and just hold their hands tight and sweat and flinch up all the way, which makes it even more painful for them, but that's their way of coping with it, Seen people with like their kids or their grandparents, mom or dad, and that kind of stuff is like, it's on you forever. Like they are on you even if they might be gone, so that has a lot of meaning to it. I did a dragon on one of my friends one time. He really didn't have a purpose on why he wanted it or why he wanted to get it. He just wanted it, and that was kind of weird to me. And he got it from his elbow all the way down to like his wrist and hand area. And yeah, that was kind of weird. The tattoo on my arm, it says pain doesn't last forever. It just reminded me of a time in my life when I had kidney stones for like 2 years back to back. And anybody who knows about kidney stones, it feels like somebody's like stabbing you in the back. And I probably passed about 2 or 3. And once I finally had the procedures done to get rid of them for good, hopefully I just gave myself this tattoo just to remind me of that point in my life. The oddest thing about it is just people's meaning to why they want it, to me. I mean, of course, you'd be in pain and drawing something on someone, watching them bleed, and just, it's kind of like surgery almost, because you know how you go to the doctors and you might have to get a procedure, and all of them you don't go to sleep through. Some of them you have to sit there and, go through it. It's like you got to calm people down. You have to talk to them to relax them. It's kind of like being a therapist while you're hurting someone. That's what I find odd the most about it.
What's the tattoo?
I had my friend named Paul. He wanted like a Star Trek logo, not the space Star Trek, but it's like a music company called Star Trek. Pharrell Williams. He wanted the logo on his arm, and as I was starting to do it, I could see him start to sweat, and like his hands were clenched up really tight, and I could see that he was just sweating. I'm like, he's gonna pass out. So I started like talking to him, try to make him, just distract him from what's going on, and it kind of made the situation better.